Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. I have 3 more Epoch capsule toy capsules, eggs here. These should be the furniture from their relatively recent sort of a skeleton warrior, skeleton robot figures, which I've reviewed and they're awesome. And I'll stick them up in suggested videos up there, and I do suggest you watch that because they are fantastic toys. I will also stick up there they've made also like mini sort of mechs for these skeleton figures, so I'll stick them up there too. They're sort of skull mechs and they're really cool, so I'll stick that up there too. Well, this is supposed to be furniture. I've got this furniture for them, not just for them, because it's very gothic, sort of horror looking, and I think it'd be a great match for your fantasy figures like Vitruvian hacks, etc. Okay, so let's open these up. Let's crack these open and let's have a look. I think it's a chair, a table, and a mirror or bookcase. I can't quite remember. So let's have a look on these and we'll see what they are like. Because they're capsule toys, they will be in a kit form, because obviously you can't fit something that big, 1/18 scale furniture in something like this. Well, you can for some of the furniture things we've seen, but let's have a look. So let's go the same order: yellow, blue, green. Okay. So this one is what? This one appears to be the mirror or the desk. Oh, it doesn't tell you. It just shows you the instructions for all of them on there. I'm assuming it's the mirror because I've got the mirror reflective pieces there, which may be a hassle to stick on later. Let's get these pieces out and see. Oh, that's nice looking already. That's really sort of nice sort of job. Made in China, that's a Japanese brand. Okay, so that will stick to there. That's going to be the actual mirror part. That's pretty cool. That is this way. Okay, so that goes together in there. We have a top section. That goes how? That goes like that. Well, the top section is not something that's going to stay by itself. That's going to have to be glued in, so that'll fall off. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Okay, I'll come back to that. This section will definitely stay in. And then we have the legs. Let me see. So we have legs for... Oh, I see. So some go in one way, some go in the other way. How is that going to fit in there? It can't go like that. Most peculiar. So let's have a look at this one in case this was properly. This is the proper instructions here. That's just showing the parts. Okay, I see now. It will stay in, but I must connect stuff first. I must connect. Going to be very, very gothic looking, very fantasy. This will be so cool when it's actually painted up as well. Okay, I think I will probably stick the stickers on first because the rest is going to be a bit more difficult, I think. So let me open this. So that will stick in there nicely, and this one will stick. Is it either way? It must be that way. It's not sticking here nicely. So when I stuck them on, you get a nice reflective surface there. Okay. So let me do this sticking on part first. That's the part I'm dreading the most, because obviously if you go wrong, it's like, oh, I've got to peel it off and do it again. Let's see how easy this is going to be. Right, that's the easy piece because it fits at the top very nicely anyway. Is that a transfer on top of here or not? I can't quite tell. And it appears to have a little plastic transfer, which I should have taken off first from the actual mirror piece. Let me see if I'm right or wrong on this one here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just that colour. Okay, now let's stick the bottom one on. Okay, let's have a look how that looks together. So that's going to be your mirror. That's pretty cool. Okay, but these do connect. How do they connect? So, this I see. That's going to connect in two places and go in there. Very nice design. I do like the Epoch stuff. If you've seen my other videos, I've got loads of Epoch stuff reviewed. They do great 1/18 scale sort of Android figures, these sort of skeleton figures I mentioned, the mech, furniture, all sorts of stuff, which makes it really, really quite cool. Okay, so this will go into here. Like so. And then this will connect. Cool, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 connections to do at the same time, so I'll be a bit more accurate at this part. Lovely, lovely. I'll keep saying lovely sort of gothic look to it. But quite a squeeze together. You've got these sharp plastic points at the top, which are like, ooh, digging into my hand as I do it. Look at that. That is really nice. That is really nice. Okay, that's the mirror part done. I'll leave that to the side here for now. Let's move these out the way to get on to number 2. And what I'll do at the end is I'll get a figure or two out and we'll compare. Now I did order all the 3 pieces, so hopefully I haven't got any doubles because I want individuals of these, obviously. I could order more in the future if I want to double up on anything, but at the moment I don't see the need. Okay, alright, I'm going to bore you if I keep building these things, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video and then I'm going to come back and show you this one complete and start the next one, okay? So I'll be back soon. Okay, I am back. I've made the table pretty cool. It's not quite as tight a fit at the top as I would like. I mean, I can fix that with a file or maybe, you know, a sandpaper or something or a knife. But it's really nice looking. Look at that front there. The back is just obviously not patterned, just hollow. But the sides are done too. Really nice for like your evil warlord, your evil wizard, necromancer, whatever necromancer's sort of layer. Got this mirror, this desk, really nice. Which means we have the chair left. So I'm going to open this up, build it, and come back, and I'll show you guys. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I have built the chair, the throne, very, very good. The mirror and the table. This is an awesome set. I still think that maybe there's a blue transfer protective stick on top of that mirror section, but I couldn't peel it off when I tried earlier. I don't mind it staying blue, just that'd be better if it was silver possibly, but still looks pretty cool. This is such great bits of scenery by Epoch. They're really, really good. Let's have a look at some figures. First, I'm going to use a fantasy-ish figure. I'm going to use Omen from Fortnite. I reviewed Omen earlier, and the only time of the Fortnite figure break, the elbow joint broke. This is a different one. I'll stick them in the suggested videos up here somewhere. Quite fantasy looking. Scale, very good. Scale, very good. Scale, very good. Let's see if he can sit on the throne. He's got very good hip flexibility. All the Fortnite figures generally have fantastic hip flexibility. So sitting down and doing splits generally is not a problem. It's a shame his feet don't touch the ground. It's like a little bit like a schoolboy, but that does again look very good. If I was to put that his mace, his scepter on the table and get him to sit a bit nicer, I reckon he could look quite menacing. Yeah, that does look really, really nice. Scales very well with Fortnite figures. If I look at what's forgotten nearby? Okay, Joy Toy Crossfire. This is Kwai figure. Now I have put her skirt back to front, so it's easier to get mobility, but her hips aren't as flexible as the Fortnite one. But she can sit on there. She'll look a bit funny perhaps because her skirt's going to balance a little bit on there. But she can sit on there quite well again. In fact, her feet touch the ground. In some ways, she looks better than Omen. And it's quite cool that she's leaning to one side as well. Sort of more relaxed, almost more sinister in some ways. She does scale very well there. If I stand her up, and again, I'll stick in such the videos. We look at the mirror is a touch too short, really. We'll have it raised on something to make it slightly better. But she's quite tall. If you've got a shorter figure, that'll look pretty cool. But that does, again, scale particularly well. You can see her in the mirror here if I angle this right. So that's really good. And again, the desk, the table, again, it scales really, really good. And it's so atmospheric. You know, I said I only want to get one set of these. Now I tend to get like 2-3 sets. I'm not sure why, just that they're really, really good. So that's really, really good. I do like this a lot. So you can see they scale well with Joy Toy. They scale well with Fortnite figures. Any other figures I should use? What have I got nearby? In fact, I'll use a Star Wars figure. I use a couple of Star Wars figures, since Star Wars is slightly shorter, the vintage line. So we have Knight of Ren, and very short I'll have Rose. I like both these figures quite a lot. She doesn't really match the aesthetic, but this mirror is like perfect height for her there, you can see. Very, very nice. Matches his aesthetic slightly more. He's a bit more sort of fantasy looking, but the mirror is a bit too short for him. Sitting down. He hasn't got the flexibility, really, his hips to get a flat enough position to do this. He wants to fall off if he's on there. He can do it, but it's not a comfortable sit down. He needs slightly more flexible hips, but it's doable. And again, I'll put these in the space in suggested videos. If you've not seen those, you can check those out too. So, this Epoch capsule toy for their sort of skeleton robot android sort of figures. This furniture is really, really good. I mean, it is almost worth buying. I'd be tempted to buy double chair and another one of these. So these can sort of flank either side of the desk, and his desk can be, and his chair can be in the middle. Or you could have two chairs if you're doing like a king and a queen with skulls on their thrones. Great for like a Skeletor custom, anything like that as well. And I see a couple of people have made them out of boss fight shoes and look really, really quite cool. Great set, fantastic job by Epoch. Really like them. And again, if I've got any more space, I will put more links to Epoch into the videos. I'm going to do a couple of shout outs as well, because some people have asked me for some shout outs. So first, I'm going to shout out to a Facebook group called G.I.Joe UK, GUU. So you can find them in Facebook. I think they're Philippines based. Also a shout out to, I think it's some Mexicans. They asked me to write this down and put it up, since I can't pronounce that. Jarugui boys, maybe? I don't know. So I'm shouting out to both of those two. I don't want to do shout outs. You can hit me up in the comment section and eventually I'll get around to it. Bear in mind that sometimes my videos are like 3 weeks or 2 months behind what I'm actually reviewing and playing with, because I have such a big list of things that I review. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I am signing out saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome action toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting, okay? Bye-bye.